Hey guys. Hi, it's Patricia again. As my brother likes to call me, Electricia. Cute, I know. I'm not a licensed electrician yet. I hope to be one someday. I've been doing electrical work for over 5 years now, as an apprentice of sorts. But like I said in my first video, I am on quarantine right now, and I don't know what to do with my time. And we had talked about the backpack tool bag that I had just gotten, and we had talked about my old trusty reliable bag that I have had. It's not the same bag, but it's the same version, you know, of a bag that I've had for almost the whole time that I've done electrical work. So I had got this one, but, you know, because I was hoping it'd be easier on my back. This is a lot of weight that goes in these bags. And we had just kind of took all the tools out of the bags, and we're going to see. I still haven't decided which one that I'm going to use as my carry-on, we'll call it, carry-on-the-job bag, or which one I'm going to use, and the other one will stay in the work truck, so it'll be accessible, but it just won't be with me physically. I'll have to walk and get it. So, here, this is decision time. No, it's not. You know what we're going to do? I told you in the last video that we were going to go through, we had to sort these screws and all these different things that I have in these plastic. I know this video, this is my first time trying to do this. And, well, second video, but first attempt at doing one that I was actually going to share. So, the setup is not the best, but we'll make it work. Okay, these things right here I have that I like put screws and nails and staples and wire nuts and things in that we use a lot on the, you know, a lot every day. But they're quite heavy. I don't need that quantity of them probably with me in the bag that I carry to every job. Now this box, let's see if I can, no, I don't know if you can see it any better, but I'm going to be taking the things out of it, so I guess we'll see them then. Maybe we should tidy up a little bit so we can see what we're doing. Okay. So we're just going to push this, let's step over. This is there. And that's a little better, I guess. Okay, this, excuse me, I'm sorry, quarantine for a reason. This is the little box that catches all the smaller things that are very important that I need, that I can access kind of quickly. It's kind of cold out here. I'm on my back porch, but it's semi-closed in, so it's actually 22 degrees outside right now. But not in here. It's not 22 degrees. I have a Unibit. These are amazing. They come in handy. They're amazing. Trust me. Do we have a Unibit? We have, see, now a lot of these things that I have in here probably need to be done away with. Not done away with, but moved somewhere else. So I have a 5/16 bit, which I use a lot. I use these a lot on jobs. But I already have one 5/16 bit to keep in my every, you know, job bag. So I will put this one. This one's going to go in that stuff. It's a Phillips long bit, which I already have one of those, but those, use them so much, doesn't hurt to have two of those. Now these are tiny little screwdrivers. A tiny Phillips, a tiny little flat, and then I have a short stumpy flat one. Now these actually we need to keep with us, mainly because this box is going to keep them from getting lost, and you use them at times you wouldn't think. Okay, so now we have some wrenches. I just actually bought these because I realized I needed some. But I have a thumb wrench, I have channel locks, but sometimes these, especially when you're tightening down ground, we call them acorn, I'm sorry, I'm southern, acorn nuts, ground lugs on your ground wire under your panel outside meter base, you can use one of these. It's a lot better. So we use a 1/2 inch a lot. And let's see what else was. No, I think maybe 7/16. I know that's close to a 1/2. It's a little smaller than a 1/2. I think I'm gonna maybe keep this one in my this, and then these might stay on the tray. Okay. Let me warm my hands up just a little bit. These, now, you guys that are in the electrical business or in construction or work at Lowe's or where a hardware store, and I am calling one of these tools or any of these things by the wrong name. I'm sorry. I apologize. It's just what I call them. These are connectors. These are 1/2 inch connectors. Connectors are pretty much just something for the wire to travel through. The connector usually keeps it safe from like metal, sharp metal that you like on the panel box or on the disconnect or something like that. You know, there's a couple different kinds, but mainly their job is to protect the wire as it goes through different channels. Let's just put it away. There's another connector. We absolutely need to keep these. I'm not sure where my gloves at. Oh, if I have some hot hands, we're going to do that because my hands are really cold. Okay, what are we going to use? And one thing, that's what's missing is my pocket knife and my utility knife. It's not really a pocket knife, it's a pocket razor knife, you know. You guys know what I'm talking about. Geez Louise. You know, if I'm kind of loopy, it's because I've had a little bit of Dayquil and yeah, and a lot of you know, it's when you're sick, it can be kind of silly. Okay, but I'm definitely going to put that in my pocket, and I'm going to open this one real quick. I'm sorry. Okay, back to. I hope I'm not boring y'all to death, but it's giving me something to do. Here is a pencil. Always, you can't ever have enough pencils. You know, just can't. Some razor blades for your, you know, replacement ones for your knife. There are all kind of different bits. You know, screw bit, tip bits in here. Star bits. I call them star bits. I think torque bits. It may be called also. This is a number 2 square head bit, which we use in panel screws. Take those breaker screws. Take those. These torque bits, we'll call them, are we usually use those for like deck screws. They're using a lot of the wood screws, I think. We don't use them that much in electrical, but I still keep one in my bag. Phillips head, like I said, you can never get too many. Another Phillips head. I like these shorter bits also. This is a 1/4 inch bit. This is one of my favorite bits. The most important bits right there. I use that a lot. My hand worn. Now, let's see. I just wanted anything else I wanted to point out. I have a flathead bit. Anybody that has used drills a lot for screws and stuff like that knows that a flathead bit is not always the best thing. They don't work that great. I myself personally do not like flathead screws. I'm sure they serve a purpose somewhere sometime, but don't like them. Anyway, these things, I wanted to show you these right here. Now, this is going to probably sound kind of ignorant because I'm not sure. I think it's these 2 sizes. Okay, well, these are hex head bits, blah, you know, you can correct me. Okay, these right here, these are what I use to tighten down lugs and panels, you know, and meter bases and stuff when you have the lugs that hold down the big service wire or ground or such as that. So, you know, you just have your adapter that goes into your drill. This goes on top of it, like that. Let's see. And this goes into the lug and tightens it down. It's very important to have the right size. Sometimes one of these will seem like it fits into the lug, but it's actually not exactly the right size. It might be metric, or you know, it might call for an SAE, I do believe it's called, but it's a metric, and they're close in size, and they'll actually, sometimes they'll work, but it will end up stripping out your lug, and that's not something you want to happen. But yeah, these are super important. I feel like some of these I don't use that much because we don't really, you know, they come in one size. I'm not sure what I did with my gloves. I really wish I knew. So we're going to try to eliminate a little bit of the weight in this. These hot hands haven't got hot yet. Sorry, I promise I'll get better at this. This is a 5/16. We'll keep that, of course. I honestly am not real, I'm sure you gentlemen or ladies out there probably know what this, you know, sometimes I use it to just put a bit in the end of it, one of the short ones, because I can't find my longer ones. But with this slide out little shaft, I believe, I'm sure it has a magnificent use, but I'm not real clear on it. This I love, is, which I hardly ever use, is a teeny tiny flat-headed screwdriver. It comes with your floodlights because they have a teeny tiny screw, and I just keep one just in case. I don't know why. I've never used it though. Because they all usually come with it. I'm trying to warm up my hands. Mostly what we have left in there, you know, there's something very important missing. I think it might be in my purse because it was in my pocket. It was my number 1 square bit. I use my number 1 square bit to tighten down outlet screws. You can use them, you know, outlet switches. I'm drawing a blank for some reason, but the number 1 square head bit is definitely a must-have in electrical, as well as the number 2, like I said, for panel screws and such. Now let's go to this box and see what's in here. Okay, so another thing that's important in electrical work to have are staples. Staples, not the kind that you put in paper, but these are, I think they're like 9/16, something like that. 9/16 staples that we use to staple wire when we're roughing in, what we call it a rough in. When we're wiring a house in the original stages, you use these to keep the wire stable, keep it from pulling out when they spray insulation, foam insulation, you know, just to keep it in place, to keep it safe. So you definitely need staples, and so that's a big deal. I usually keep my staples in the same, like, I like these bottles. They're just little, my boss got me started using these. My boss is also my best friend. He's, you know, he has taught me everything I know. Gave a lady a chance when most people wouldn't. But these little bottles, I like to use. I like to label them on the bottom, and they just kind of go, well, you can't see my bag, but, you know, they would just kind of slip in one of these little pockets and just sit there perfect, and you can see on the top what's in there. So, I like those. I like those. So they will definitely be going with us. But you can't have a ton of them, so what I usually do is keep wire nuts and connectors in one. 2 different kind of screws we use a lot are sheetrock screws and what we call roofing screws, which are 1/4 inch headed, you know, screws. Anyway, I'll show you in a minute. So I keep those in one bottle, and then the other one I keep my staples in. So I'm not going to bore y'all with all that, going through, you know, all those things. And you watch me separate those. And I didn't just blow my nose, I just blew warm air in my hands, trying to keep my hands warm. I just wanted to give you an idea. Oh, I have bigger staples too, because you need bigger staples for, you know, service wire. You can use these medium staples for like your dryer wire, your stove wire, 10-2, 6-3, that kind of thing. So those are important to have too. I'm going to put those over here. So, washers, I keep washers. They come in handy too, and, you know, for some reason I'm drawing a blank on an example to give you. these are just little nuts off of light fixtures, because light fixtures are very fun to hang, and they have a lot of pieces, and a lot of times you lose those pieces, and ceiling fans are the same way. So I have tons and tons of screws and just extra screws and pieces and parts to ceiling fans and light fixtures in case we lose some, which happens a lot. I also have extra plate screws and, of course, outlet screws and switch screws. I have pigtails. What we call pigtails is just another way to connect wires together, just like you would with a wire nut. Now, I do need to go blow my nose now. We have I have crimps. Crimps are important, of course, when you are putting your wires together for an outlet or fixture, switch, and such. For your grounds, you use these copper crimps. And I have a special tool I use for those, but we can get into that later. Okay, well, there's more, but I don't think you need to know all that. I am going to kind of get this together, and we'll put it in the bag when we come back.